The 25-yard line.
Set, 180.
First carry for Nick Chubb, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Set, 180. Regular.
Mayfield now from the 50. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Play action now, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Jameis to throw it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
51 the mic, boy. 51. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Third and long for Winston. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
We're getting our first update now from Nashville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He finds his target, it's Evans. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Winston now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And now look at him go. The 30, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six. And just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
at their own 24-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
I'm scared. Kill. Over. Flip it. 50, we go. 51. We ain't giving up nothing today. Watch out. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On third down, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Winston. And an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that?
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A.J. Green with touchdown number 8 on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
First down, Cleveland.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch the eye. Jim. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Point it right. Check Mike 57.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Schwartz. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check the backer.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Right there. Alert! Bandit! Say. Hey, watch out! 22 jet bomber. Run. Slam!
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go,
A run for Nick Chubb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the 1st down.
Running right, it's Dorsett. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, let's go.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ready. White 25. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Man out.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Ready.
At the 35-yard line.
Watch the slats. Watch
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston, and he finds Howard complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. Mayfield now, nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
He's coming.
They'll give it to Chubb. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Pistol. 45, Mike, 45. And let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Mayfield now to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
Oh, definitely a little bit of disappointment there because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check three.
Now Winston. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Wait. We're taking wins home.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Sheldon Richardson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Callaway on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
180. All right. Let's go, D. Let's go. Up. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield dumps this to his running back, Chubb. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Schwartz. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there,
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Working out of the gun, Winston. Nowhere to escape. escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Johnny. Let's go now. Mark 22, Mark 22. Hey.
From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Returnable here for Callaway. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Point it right. I got him.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On play action, Winston. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On 3rd down, Benjamin. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 18. 2 and 1. 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 2 and 1 A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Seibert on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll keep it on the ground. Benjamin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Fielded at the 20. Now a hit and a loose football. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with... Speed, instead he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run. It's Dorsett, and he'll be taken down right around the 27.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Under 10.
Again, it'll be Dorsett. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A first throw here for the backup Taylor. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
53, Mike 53. Not today, you are. Not today.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Ready? Check 53. Go.
Now Jones. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And Gay knocks this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Taylor will bring the Browns up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now goes set. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Taylor. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you
take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier.